Hello everybody and welcome to my June 2023 Drytron deck profile. Now I've made some pretty significant changes since my Nationals profile about 3 or 4 days ago, so without further ado let's get right into it. Now notably, the change on this list is that Herald of Orange Light came to 2. Now due to that, obviously of course we're playing the 2, due to that I've changed the build slightly. I was previously playing the Ammo Factor and the Vanities Ruler and the Chaos Max. However, I've decided to just go with the Chaos Max. So this is a pure Chaos Max build, no perfection, no nothing. So without further ado, names: 3 Alpha, 3 Zeta, self-explanatory. I'm still playing 3 Delta, 2 Gamma. Arguably, this is better this format than it was last format, because hopefully Droll will be less prevalent, so you are able to play Delta more than you play Gamma. But of course, play 3 Gamma, 2 Delta if you wish. Still on 3 Nova, 2 Fafnir. I'm considering cutting Fafnir down, potentially to 1, but we'll see. It's still very good against Sprite, and it depends on how much cash is in the format. It's good against cash as well, due to the level modulation. Then, of course, we're playing the 3 Emergency. This is so good because not only is it a name, but it can also search the Draconids and the 1 Foolish. These are the names. I believe it's the same ratio of names as before, which is 20. So decent ratios to open Alpha Zeta, to open Delta with one of Alpha or Zeta. Yeah, you shouldn't brick on these names, and if you do, that's tough luck, right? Playing 1 Ritual Spell, no longer playing 2. You're able to play 2 in this build, and honestly, the time that I was playing 2, I actually enjoyed it because being able to search another spell off of Zeta the next time the turn comes around is really, really good. But, you know, 1, to be conservative, and to stop potentially bricking on it. Now onto the fairies. I'm still on 2 Diviner. I got a comment on the last video asking about why I was not playing Choju, and that's because I'm not playing Perfection in this. So if you're playing Perfection, 100% you play Choju. But I'm just playing Chaos Max, hence why I'm playing 2 Diviner. I believe the second is actually really important, as it's great for base interaction. And I'd rather have the 2 if 1 gets stopped for the next turn. Because the idea of this is a grind deck. This isn't trying to OTK. 3 Kurikara, great for breaking builds, and now we're able to play more fairies with the Heralds. This is a fairy that can act as discard fodder for your Herald. Namely, 2 Herald of Orange Light. Having so many fairies, you're able to play Perfection quite well in this build, but I think the Perfection is just too much. You don't really need it. You can just go straight for your Chaos Max build, and then, you know, you get a win via that. You don't really need to go and extend too far into Perfection and stuff. It's too many choke points, I think. Of course, the 3 Ben 10 and the 1 Natasha, and then the boy Chaos Max. This is the only win condition I'm playing. I've slimmed it right down to just 1 win condition because I'm trying to like go and break the board with this and the board breakers. I'm trying to control the hand traps with the Heralds. I'm just going to basically overrun them with advantage and names by turn 3, but we want to shut them down in their turn 2 by making this on turn 1. I don't think Vanities is necessary. It loses too hard to Dark Ruler and Imperm and stuff, and Perfection's not necessary either. Lastly, for the rituals, the 1 Draconids. It's necessary, I'm not cutting it. Finally, in the main deck, you've got the same package as I was playing last time, which is the Thrust package. So I'm still on 2 Thrust, 1 Talent. I think these ratios are still fine because this is especially good going into Droll. Especially good because you can rip the hand apart. 1 Dark Ruler to go with this package. It's still good. It's still really, really good going into big boards. Like the Cash Terror board and stuff is actually good because they can't 5-zone lock anymore, so Dark Ruler is now actually better. Of course, the 1 Cool Buy to combat Droll, combat Shifter if it's on your turn. Of course, whatever. Cool Buy is Cool Buy. And then finally, the 1 Slime token. It's not Slime token. This is the proxy for Harpy's Featherstorm for the Thrust. I just don't have one yet. Featherstorm is ideal in this build because you're trying to lock out the monster effects with the Chaos Max. So if they stop you and you say have a Gamma or you have 2 names, you're able to go straight into a Fuko and then Thrust set Featherstorm, and it does the same thing as Chaos Max with less setup. Now, this is also useful if you hard open it going first. You can just straight make the Fuko and then potentially go for a Draconids as your ritual interaction on the field for the pops. backed up with the Harpy's Featherstorm for the monster negates. That's all for the main deck. It's a 40 card main deck. And you're playing, I believe, 20 names and 11 fairies. So you have a fairly decent chance to open one of the 2 orange lights plus a fairy. Kurikara is just insane in this deck, may I add. It's a level 1, so you can go into your X-0 with it. It's a fairy, so you can pitch it off of orange light and stuff. And, you know, it breaks boards. Onto the extra deck, I will go straight into the X-0s, playing 1 Fuko for the Featherstorm and for the... It's just so great for going into Zeus and stuff. It's really, really good. Of course, you're playing the 2 Fafnir. This is the ideal ratio. 1 down node still. Beatrice still, of course. You need this for 1 name hands, and it's great when you steal a Bestial with talents or with Natasha, and you're able to rank this on top of your Diviner with their Bestial and keep playing. I'm still playing 2 Zeus. Whether this is left over from cash format, I'm not sure. It does have a sweet spot in terms of being able to Zeus them once and then grinding if you can't kill them and then be able to Zeus them again. I really do enjoy. Would I play it at 1? Yeah, I just feel it's a bit fragile, but I like having the utility of having both. 2 Diviner targets, of course, you don't play 3. If you were to play 3, potentially you play another Herald, and that's actually not a bad idea considering you're trying to search your rituals. Just your 1 win con in this build. Onto the links. 1 Link Kuriboh, it's necessary. People play Anima, but I'm not sure about Anima, to be honest. If you're playing Kaijus, or you're playing Volcanic Queen instead of Kurikara, then you play Anima to steal it back. But I like the utility of Link Kuriboh, them not being able to attack over your stuff. Once you've monster floodgated them, you've other-sorted them, they aren't able to attack. IP, I don't know why I'm still playing this. This can be changed, but it's actually fairly useful when you go into your Underworld Goddess, which I'm also playing. We'll get into that in a bit. But it's quite nice to make a Borosword with IP. It's really just a link climb. And are there better things? Potentially Nightmare Phoenix? Yes, but I think IP is fine as is. The 2 Dynamondo, absolutely crucial you play 2 in this build because you're going to try and Azathoth negate them every single turn. You're going to be doing this turn 1 and then potentially turn 3 as well, depending on if you can kill them or not. So they're locked out twice. And then finally, Borosword is the OTK. And Goddess. You notice no Appaloosa. Now, I just bought a secret rare Appaloosa thinking I'm going to need this for Drytron. However, with the build I'm playing, I don't think it's necessary because why would you go into monster negates when you're already Azathothing their whole field? They have no monster negates. Potentially, it's useful in certain situations, but I think Goddess is actually more useful because now you're not playing the Amma factor, which I may well introduce later into the format. You need a way to out things like Chaos Angel and difficult extra deck monsters that wouldn't be negated by the Amma factor. And Goddess is great for that. Of course, it also combos with the IP, being able to Goddess the opponent's board away after you've resolved your lock. It's quite good. It's also nice as a control element when they're trying to summon stuff from grave, say you're going against a grave deck. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on any future deck profiles when I update them. And boost the video and help me get more views. Thank you very much. Adios.